Now, looking at this Senna event, and yeah, it's a really, really tight event. Like, at the moment, I'm positioned 69th. Nice. But at the same time, that's still only in the top 25% of cars. So, like, there has to be less than 2k racers kind of taking part in this at the moment, which is making that top 3% very, very difficult to get into, which is the only place where you actually get an epic import part for the Senna. You want to just start off with this using the burst of nitro you get at the start to go down that first ramp. And then you can pretty much just... This car is weird, but you can pretty much drift in way more places than you should normally be able to on this course. So like, don't be too afraid ever to just give the car a little drift just to fill up that nitro meter. Like, this is one where you absolutely get more nitro from a drift than you will... Yeah, then you need to regain the speed lost from it almost. And just try and keep the car in a nitro state as long as possible. And just that regular nitro state, its top speed is absolutely woeful. Rather than going around the outside here, by the way, which is a kind of standard on this path, I'm just going up the ramp on the inside, because again, this car's handling and acceleration are fantastic, but top speed not so much. So you don't really need that long runoff time around the outside there. I definitely didn't make use out of it anyway. But yeah, you just kind of want to keep the car, like I said, as filled on nitro for as much of this race as possible. I would guess that you're want to be spending nearly at least half this race in a nitro state, if not more. And just watching out for touching off any of the footpaddy areas if you can, just when you're not in a nitro state. But at the same time, like, you can fill this car's nitro super, super quickly. And yeah, make it around that S turn. It is like lovely how this car handles. You just want to make sure to keep enough nitro here towards the end to shockwave here, but then have enough nitro to go across this patch of footpath and then this patch of footpath. Both of those bring the car down to around 140 miles per hour. I didn't have the nitro at the end. Oh, I really messed up at the end of that, but that's faster by 0.2. 60-second. So, do we get top 3%? No. No, we don't. That is weird. It's like, that means that there's less than 61 cars in the top 3%, which is nuts. Congrats to Selfish and Bocce McCann, Demonair, Dr. Need for Speed, and Bocce, I want to say Sigma. But yeah, the times is starting to get incredibly tight there. I'm really annoyed I missed that nitro shockwave just at the end. But yeah, I can only hope that people who have the 1-star version of this car kind of make use out of their car just to get some rewards and do a run on this. Because with 62 kind of in the... if there's less than 62 in the top 1%, say you can just multiply it by 33 to figure out the entire like field of cars. So if you're talking about like 60 times 3, 1,800? I mean 60 times 30, sorry. But yeah, you're looking at 1,800 or so racers only competing, or less, which is a real shame, because like the Senna is a pretty cool car. The one thing, again, I mentioned it in those packs, if you don't have this car, I wouldn't spend money on it, and I wouldn't, like, if you're a few blueprints away from this and you can get the those packs just to unlock the car, then it's pretty much worth having for sure. But the Senna is very much a novelty car. Like, it doesn't have a top speed stat that puts it in line with any of the other S-Class cars, sorry. Yeah, it's just way, way, way too slow. So definitely, like, just keep in mind that it is pretty much just a novelty to have in your garage. It's pretty cool. And if it pops up in another event where it's actually like needed as part of an event for the other things, like say the way the Lamborghinis were with the summertime speed rush, keep in mind the fact that like they will include blueprints for it then when we need it, so don't have that fear of missing out factor. If it goes away now, it will reappear if it's needed. Like, Gameloft are never going to include a car in an event and not give you some way to buy that car, because that's where they make the those Asphalt tokens. So yeah, don't worry too much about missing out on this. If this pops up again, it'll more than likely appear, like I said, in some kind of a pack with other cars and stuff. If you're 3 blueprints away from it, though, I would advise having it, because it's a nice car to drive. But yeah, at the same time, it's not great. I'm going to upload this run even as a 25%, because yeah, the pathway is good. It is just a case of like the top 50 or so is incredibly tight. Even just to know the fact that you need to be like insanely fast in this car if you want to be looking at any blueprint. So if you're thinking I'll unlock this at 1 star and get me some epic import parts, no, you won't. Unless you are an exceptional driver and pick up how to handle this very unique car very quickly. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. Let us know how you get on in the comments, and if any of you happen to be in that top 3%, give me your epic import parts. But yeah, good luck, drive safe, guys, and happy hunting.